Joining me now, Justin Daley, President and CEO at VR Resources. Great to see you, good to meet you.
Good to meet you as well, Mark.
So let's get an overview, if we could, of the company's projects in Ontario and in Nevada, and maybe more importantly, what the overall mission is.
Absolutely, yeah. So VR Resources was built and launched in 2017 on the idea of finding large intrusive copper-gold systems. Large systems that the major mining companies in North America want to find and want to develop. So we do this sort of high risk, high reward, blue sky exploration on these big targets. We've got two main projects right now in northwestern Ontario that we're very excited about, and we'll probably be talking about in a couple seconds here. But we launched on these properties in Nevada called Bonita, which is a copper gold porphyry system, as well as New Boston, a copper moly silver porphyry system, and a large epithermal system called AMSL in the Big Ten Trend, which is near Round Mountain. So looking for an analog to that.
Now you have expertise in big data, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and you're applying that to exploration. So how is it different from, it must be way different from traditional methods?
Yeah, so the idea there is we collect a lot of data in our modern exploration, whether it's geochemistry or geophysics, and we have a lot of historic data as well, especially in Ontario. So I was looking through all this data, trying to find a better way to use it all, and I stumbled across machine learning and AI. It was kind of the big thing happening 3 or 4 years ago, and of course it's only grown from there. So I went and did a master's program in machine learning, and what I've learned is ways in which we can now use GPTs like ChatGPT to read through all of the assessment report databases, things that traditionally you would hire a junior geologist to do, and they'd spend hours and hours and hours reading this material. If we can streamline that approach and have the junior geologist then sort of focusing on the highlights of that information. So in essence, we're really trying to speed up the flow of work, trying to use these systems to do the math faster than humans can naturally do it, trying to read more material than most humans can do without drinking way too much coffee. So trying to speed up the flow of exploration and make decisions more quickly and more efficiently.
Okay, it makes sense. Now, phase 1 drilling at Empire was completed. Can you describe the work that was done and the expectations here and what's coming next?
Sure. So Empire is a magmatic sulfide system, nickel, copper, PGE. There's some gold in this system as well. Discovered 2 years ago on the side of the Trans-Canada Highway, this Westwood target. And the idea here was to test this large magnetic anomaly, 2 kilometers long, to see if we find the same mineralization we see on the side of the Trans-Canada Highway. And we've accomplished seeing that sort of material in this past drill program. 1,188 meters, 5 holes, and we saw 300 meters of this host rock with sulfides in it, and we're hoping to see those assay results hopefully by the end of the month. That's when the labs say they should be coming in, and just recently we, last week, a borehole EM survey down that hole with the rock that we like in it, and trying to find some conductors off hole that we can follow up with testing once the ice is thick enough to get out and drill it.
And then you're planning to drill the Silverback project in Ontario. That's copper gold as well. What are the plans there?
Yeah, so Silverback was, I mentioned before we went on camera, is this project that our exploration manager Byron Holbeck showed me 2 years ago when we met, and 5% copper, 10 grams gold, 50 grams silver, really high grade shear zone remobilized mineralization. There's molybdenum nearby, which is a strange hallmark that's reminiscent of Hemlo. 20 million ounces, something else that was found on the side of the Trans-Canada Highway. So the goal here is after the chargeability results that we got last in December, to test that high-grade material, test these structures with another 1,000-meter drill program. This whole area that we're exploring in has a lot of cover material, not very thick, but very widespread. So the goal here is to drill several holes along these trends to try and identify where we are in the system so that we can come back and follow up with a more succinct drill program in the future and try and outline something fun.
So you mentioned that you met Byron Holbeck here, I guess, a couple of years ago. So you're now friends and colleagues and business partners, and you seem to be very like-minded in terms of the goal is let's find a mine. So maybe sort of sum up the investment case with that as the backdrop.
Yeah, well, the investment case for us is this isn't a lifestyle company unless the lifestyle is getting out in the bush and actually trying to find something. I mentioned we use AI and machine learning, but at the end of the day, the reason why I like working with Byron is because he lives close to the projects. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He owns a lot of the machinery you need to do this sort of work. So for us, it's about getting out there and finding something, creating a legacy for ourselves. We're still young, so we've got a long path in front of us to do this sort of work, and we're excited to get out there and make discoveries.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, Justin.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, Justin Daley, President and CEO at VR Resources.